This week's Parsha Naso continues to teach us about the theme of the Jewish people, the Jewish Machane, prepares to enter the Promised Land. In the middle is the Machane Shechina. In the middle of the Jewish camp is where the Mishkan, the tabernacle, surrounded by the Kohanim live, and outside are all the Machane Yisrael, the Jewish camps. And as they prepare to enter the land, there's a deviation that's very, very peculiar in this week's Parsha, where it seems out of nowhere the Torah teaches us 3 laws, none of which seem to really be needed at this point in time and at this juncture in the Torah. The narrative is broken and interrupts us to teach us about an Isha Sotah, how a woman who's charged with acting inappropriately and secluding herself with another male. There's a certain ritual that has to take place in the Machane Shechina by the temple. Another case that we're taught in our Parsha is an individual who was a ger, he was a convert, and someone stole something from him, and a person wants to do tshuva, and a person wants to return the stolen object. Who does he return it to? He has no heirs. The Torah tells us that the property should be returned to the priests, to the Machane Shechina. And the third case, the third mitzvah that Torah tells us in our Parsha this week, is that of a Nazir, a male or female who decides to take upon him or herself additional levels of sanctity and refrain from any contact with a person who's deceased or any grape or grape products. Why is the Torah telling us these 3 laws specifically at this juncture? It's time to enter the Promised Land. Who has time for these commandments? Besides, these commandments deal with the temple. They should have been found in Sefer Vayikra. Why are they here? I think the answer is really important. The answer is as follows. You might think erroneously that you know what a priest has to deal with? A priest just has to deal with esoteric matters. They just have to deal with things of the sanctuary. They have to deal with areas of purity that has to do with the Mikdash. The Torah says absolutely not. They have to care about everything that happens to Jewish people. When there's marital strife, they have to be involved. They have to be concerned, they have to show compassion, and they have to try and help. And that is why a Isha Sotah, where does that ritual take place? Not where the people live, but they have to come to the sanctuary, come to where the priests are. What happens when there's no one else to return the stolen property to because he's a convert and he has no heirs? What do? You got to bring, as mundane as it might seem, you have to concern the priests. And the third case, what's the case of a Nazir? It's a person who's on the outside camp who wants to join that inside camp. You see, there has to be fluidity between the 2 camps. It's not that there's a camp of special sanctity just in the middle and the common people on the outside, but rather there's concern, there's compassion, and there's connectivity between these 2 camps. And if those 2 camps actually merge and they show a relationship, a proper relationship and compassion between them, that will ensure we can enter the Promised Land. That will ensure that there will be a next stage. We just finished the holiday of Shavuot, and here at OU-JLIC we had a phenomenal few days. We got a bonus day of Shabbos as well. Besides the usual kiddushes and shirim and davening that we had all-night learning of almost 100 different students. We came together on the second day of Chag, and we had ice cream in the backyard at the Greenbergs. What are we trying to do? We're trying to show students, we're trying to show the Jewish people it's not just a matter of Torah. It's not just a matter of learning, but it's a matter of reaching out to all different types of people. It's trying to ensure that there's connectivity, there's a relationship between the different camps and the Jewish people. And if we can help ensure that the Jewish people are a little bit more connected, then hopefully we can also ensure that the next stage of entering the Promised Land will happen very, very soon. Have a wonderful summer, and thank you so much.